Let's talk about a man I know here in Indonesia. Let's call him Pakde. Every morning, a caregiver drops him off at the street corner where he sits and begs. He doesn't do it because he lacks dignity. He does it because he was handed blindness. His wife Bude refuses to beg. Instead, she charges a few bucks for massages to help make ends meet. Every morning, she walks to a small shopping stand alone. It's a 2-minute walk, but through a neighborhood filled with bridges and open drops. Both Pakde and Bude are completely blind. When I sat with them and heard their story, I cried. Both Pakde and Bude are not rare. According to the Lancet Global Health, 338 million people live with visual impairment globally. This also revealed that they are 30% less likely to be employed, and for every visually impaired person, one extra person is removed from the workforce, creating a caregiver multiplier that pulls millions more from the workforce, resulting in a staggering $411 billion annual loss in global productivity. Contemporary innovations cost as much as $3,000 to $6,000. Meanwhile, the World Health Organization reports that 90% of visually impaired individuals live in low to middle income countries. In Indonesia, number 2 with the highest visually impaired population, those pair of smart glasses is equivalent to a full year of salary, turning independence into a luxury few can afford. That's why I made ZoraLens, a pair of smart glasses that help the visually impaired attain a semantic description over their environment. It starts with the camera module on the glasses capturing the world exactly from the user's perspective. The picture will then be sent to the phone through a Type-C cable, where our ZoraLens app routes it to Gemini AI Cloud for analysis, and finally, returning an audio description straight to the user's phone. To begin with ZoraLens, you must first connect the Type-C cable to the glasses and then to the phone, and then you open up the ZoraLens app.
ZoraLens systems ready.
So all you gotta do is just press the volume button and it will start scanning. Well, you can just use the scan environment button, but it's generally recommended that you use the volume button instead. So yeah, let's see it in action.
Scanning. In front of you is a bedroom. Directly ahead is a bed with a floral pattern cover and several pillows. Above the bed is a window with gray curtains. To the left of the window, a white air conditioning unit is mounted on the wall. A rectangular ventilation vent is visible on the ceiling above.
At its heart is the Xiao ESP32 S3 Sense, a $22 module that handles vision, and when you add our 3D printed frames and a Type-C cable for just $4, the entire hardware cost drops to $26. By offloading the heavy analysis to Gemini AI and leveraging the user's existing phone, we've successfully slashed the cost of independence by 99%. ZoraLens engineered to outlast us. While $3,000 competitors become e-waste the moment a single chip dies, our design ensures independence is permanent through a tripartite structure of open source, decentralized repair, and modular architecture. If the camera module breaks, caregivers can swap it with a new one for just $22 and reflash it using our open source code, all without a factory. This decentralized repair model redefines what independence truly means. To scale, we will first partner with NGO Sekpertuni, the Indonesian Blind Association, to conduct pilot testing and secure our first users. Then, in phase 2, we will use this pilot data to partner with special needs schools, integrating ZoraLens directly into their budgets. We will also fund expansion through CSR grants from Indonesian telecom and banking sectors. Because ZoraLens uses 4G data and gets people back into the workforce, it perfectly aligns with their digital inclusion and economic empowerment mandates. Finally, in phase 3, we move from corporate charity to systemic integration. We will use our deployment data to lobby the Indonesian Ministry of Social Affairs. By integrating ZoraLens into national disability procurement budgets, we can standardize independence as a permanent civic right, not a luxury. When I first tested ZoraLens with Pakde and Bude, I didn't arrive with a fully polished product. I used cardboard for the frames because I didn't know how to 3D print yet. I was just a kid with a bold idea. When the first words of semantic description crackled out of the phone's speaker, the atmosphere shifted. For the first time ever, both Pakde and Bude felt true hope. Hope that she won't have to worry about falling into an open canal on her morning walk. Hope that independence wasn't a luxury reserved for the wealthy, but a reality they could finally touch. They didn't mind the 4 to 6 second latency, they only disliked wearing cardboard. Listening to their feedback, I iterated and developed a custom 3D model of the glasses to house the camera module, designed specifically for local technicians to assemble effortlessly. ZoraLens directly tackles UN Sustainable Development Goal 10, reduce inequalities. It transforms independence from a high-tech privilege into a universal human right. The only question left is, will you help us turn the lights on? This is ZoraLens. Independence redefined.